$748 million, $200 million, $300 million. That's the revenue of Duolingo, Flow, and Calm, 3 mobile apps that were built on the backs of SEO, App Store SEO, and now LLM SEO. In this video, I'll share exactly how they did it, and how you can do the same for your mobile app. Also, leave a comment on this video if you'd like a free LLM SEO guide that we created on how we generated over $30 million for our clients, including Cal AI, Quitter, Musicfy, Pliability, and many more businesses through SEO and LLM SEO. But quickly, before we get into the video, we're offering a special program called Validate SEO. For just $300, we'll validate SEO for your business in 30 days and show you results like we did for this finance client. $1.8 million in revenue within a year through SEO and LLM SEO. The link is in the description at trailblazermktg.com/validate. Here's what most app owners get wrong about LLM SEO. They think ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Gemini actually go to the App Store to find apps. They don't. Large language models browse the open web. If you want AI to recommend your app as the #1 solution, you need a massive web presence that forces the large language model to cite your website as the main source of truth. The download only happens after the AI verifies your authority through your web content. Watch what happens when I ask ChatGPT for the best Spanish learning app. Notice how it doesn't say let me check the App Store. It immediately recommends Duolingo because that's what the web tells it to do. That's LLM SEO in action. So how do these billion-dollar apps actually do this? I'm going to break down 3 case studies of apps generating between $50 million and $700 million per year that completely dominate LLM rankings. Then I'll give you the exact 3-step system to replicate their success. Stick with me because the 3rd case study reveals a strategy most people completely miss. Let's start with the king, Duolingo. Duolingo makes $748 million per year, with their first quarter of 2025 hitting $231 million alone. But here's the secret. They don't just have one website homepage, they have millions of pages. Type "learn Spanish words" into Google. There's a Duolingo page for that. Type "French grammar guide," another Duolingo page. How to say hello in Japanese. You guessed it, Duolingo. This is called programmatic SEO. They've created pages for every possible language question someone might ask. So when you ask an LLM any language-related question, Duolingo's content is everywhere in the training data. The AI has no choice but to recommend them, but they didn't stop there. Duolingo's unhinged TikTok strategy with their mascot Duo creates what's called entity velocity. That's just a fancy way of saying the internet never stops talking about them. Memes, news articles, social media posts, all of this data trains the AI. When the AI sees Duolingo mentioned thousands of times next to language learning, it creates an unbreakable connection in the model's brain. So that's scale plus brand buzz, but what about trust? That's where Flow Health comes in. They make $200 million per year and they're valued at over $1 billion. But they operate in a sensitive space, women's health and period tracking. This is what Google calls your money or your life topic, where accuracy can literally affect someone's health. Flow's strategy is extreme authority. They have a medical review board of over 100 doctors and health experts. Every single piece of content on their website is stamped with medically reviewed by a real doctor's name. When you search best ovulation tracker, Flow ranks #1 or 2 in Google, which feeds directly into what LLMs recommend. Here's why this matters for LLMs. Artificial intelligence models like ChatGPT and Claude are designed to avoid giving bad advice that could harm people. They're trained to prioritize safe, accurate sources. When someone asks about period tracking, the AI doesn't want to recommend something sketchy. Flow's massive web authority and medical backing makes them the mathematically safest answer. The AI cites them because it reduces liability. Authority equals trust. But there's one more strategy that's even more powerful. Calm makes about $300 million per year, with $17 million just from in-app purchases in Q4 2024. Their secret weapon? Celebrity validation. They've partnered with Harry Styles, Matthew McConaughey, and other A-list celebrities to create exclusive sleep stories. But the genius isn't just in having celebrities, it's in the media coverage this creates. Every time they launch a celebrity story, CNN writes about it, the New York Times writes about it, Vogue writes about it. These are thousands of high-authority websites linking calm to sleep and anxiety in the same sentence. When an AI builds its knowledge graph, basically its understanding of how things connect, it sees strong links between calm, celebrities, mental health, and sleep. This is called semantic distinctiveness. It makes Calm stand out from generic white noise apps. When someone asks for a sleep app recommendation, the AI sees Calm as culturally relevant and authoritative, so that's what it recommends. So we've got scale, trust, and cultural relevance. Now let's talk about how you actually do this. Step 1 is building what I call solution validation. This is the trust layer. LLMs are obsessed with proving your app actually solves a specific problem. Here's how you do it. Create a use cases or solutions section on your website. If you have a fitness app, don't just have a homepage. Create individual pages for app for marathon training, app for keto diet tracking, and app for postpartum recovery. Now here's the critical part, add credibility signals. If you're in health or finance, get expert reviews or medical citations on these pages. Add something called schema markup, which is code that tells AI crawlers, this software application solves this specific user problem. You're basically teaching the AI exactly when to recommend you. Why does this work? LLMs look for exact matches between a user's problem and a verified solution. If someone asks, what's the best app for marathon training? And you have a page that explicitly answers that question with expert backing, you get the citation. It's that simple. But most apps skip this step completely. That covers trust. Now let's talk about scale. Step 2 is programmatic dominance. You cannot rank for millions of different searches with just one landing page. You need volume. Here's the play. Identify every data point in your app and turn it into a web page. If you're a travel app, create a unique page for every flight route. Cheap flights from NYC to London, cheap flights from LA to Tokyo. If you're a calorie counter, create a page for every food. Calories in a banana, calories in an avocado. Watch this. When someone asks ChatGPT, how many calories in a banana? If you have a specific page that answers this exact question, the LLM finds your page and cites you. That's how Duolingo does it with millions of language learning pages. They've covered every possible question someone might ask. But here's the crucial detail most people miss. Every single one of these pages needs a big, obvious open in app button or smart banner at the top. The LLM drives traffic to your web page, and the web page converts the visitor into an app user. The web is the front door, the app is where they stay. Alright, we've got trust and scale. Now the final piece. Step 3 is entity velocity, the signal layer. LLMs prioritize information that's current and culturally relevant. If your brand hasn't been mentioned in the news or on social media since 2021, the AI thinks you're outdated or no longer relevant. You need fresh mentions. Here's how you do it. Drive external citations from high-authority websites. You need TechCrunch, New York Times, or at minimum, respected industry blogs to mention your brand. The Calm tactic is brilliant. They launch data-driven PR campaigns. Release a report like the state of sleep in 2025 using your own app data. News outlets love original data. They'll cite your research, creating backlinks that tell the AI you're an industry leader. Why does this work? In the AI world, mentions are the new backlinks. When your brand appears frequently in authoritative sources, news sites, Wikipedia, even Reddit, it signals to the LLM that you're the market leader. The AI doesn't just count links anymore, it counts conversations. If everyone's talking about you in the context of your industry, you win. Now here's the reality check that ties this all together. LLM rankings are basically a lagging indicator of your traditional SEO and brand success. Here's the mechanism. First, Google and Bing crawl and index your website, not your app. When someone asks an LLM a question, the AI queries the search index to find relevant, authoritative documents. Then it reads your high-ranking content and summarizes it. This is why anyone promising LLM rankings without focusing on traditional SEO is lying to you. You cannot be found by an AI if you cannot be found by a web crawler first. The road to being number one in ChatGPT starts with being number one in Google. Master SEO first, then LLM SEO becomes automatic. So let me break down what you need to do starting today. Here's your action plan. Step 1. Create solution-specific pages on your website. Don't just have generic content. Make pages for every specific problem your app solves. Add expert reviews, citations, or testimonials. Use schema markup to tell AI crawlers exactly what problem you solve and for who. Step 2. Build programmatic pages at scale. Identify your app's data, whether it's locations, products, exercises, recipes, whatever. Turn each data point into a unique web page. Make sure every page has a clear Open in App button. This is your traffic engine. More pages equal more chances to be cited by AI. Step 3. Generate fresh mentions. Launch a data-driven PR campaign. Create an industry report using your app's unique data. Pitch it to journalists and bloggers in your space. Get your brand mentioned on high-authority sites. This tells the AI you're active, relevant, and trustworthy right now, not 5 years ago. Remember, you can't skip traditional SEO. Build strong foundations first. Quality content, backlinks, technical optimization, site speed, mobile-friendly design. LLM SEO is what happens when you're already winning at traditional SEO. It's an amplifier, not a replacement. But let's talk about timing, because this is critical. Right now, we're in 2025, and LLM SEO is where traditional SEO was in 2006. Most businesses aren't paying attention yet. The companies that move now are going to dominate their categories for the next decade. We saw this happen with SEO. The early movers became household names, and competitors could never catch up. Look at the current state of LLM recommendations. In most categories, there are only 2 or 3 apps being consistently recommended. That's your opportunity. If you execute these 3 steps, in the next 90 days, you can become the default AI recommendation in your category before your competitors even understand what's happening. Here's what's going to happen. AI recommendations create a winner-take-all dynamic. When ChatGPT recommends the same 3 apps for a query, those apps get all the new users. Everyone else gets nothing. The gap between first place and 10th place is going to be enormous. You want to be in that top 3 before it's too late. So where do most people actually fail with this? Mistake number 1. Creating low-quality programmatic pages. Google and AI can detect thin content. If you're just spinning up thousands of pages with barely any information, you'll get penalized. Each page needs real value. At least 500 to 800 words of unique, helpful content. Mistake number 2. Ignoring your web presence entirely and only focusing on the App Store. I see this all the time. Apps spend thousands on App Store optimization but have a one-page website. That's backwards. Your website is where AI finds you. Your App Store listing is invisible to LLMs. Mistake number 3, letting your brand go stale. If your last blog post is from 2022 and nobody's talking about you online, AI thinks you're dead. You need consistent content and mentions. Even one good PR hit every quarter can keep you relevant in AI training data. Avoid those mistakes and you're ahead of 95% of apps. Let's talk about what this actually costs. Traditional paid advertising for apps is brutal. You're paying $3 to $15 per install, and most users churn within a month. LLM SEO is different. Once you rank, the traffic is essentially free, and it compounds over time. Duolingo isn't paying for each visitor that ChatGPT sends them. Flow isn't paying per recommendation. The upfront investment in content and authority pays dividends for years. We've seen this with our clients. After the initial investment in building out their web presence, usually 3 to 6 6 months of focused work, their organic traffic grows month over month without additional ad spend. One client went from 5,000 monthly visitors to 80,000 in a year, purely from SEO and LLM citations. That's $1.8 million in revenue with no advertising budget. And speaking of results, I have something for you. Now, I promised you a free resource at the beginning of this video. My team has created a complete guide on how we ranked Quitter #1 in LLM SEO to help you get ahead on this SEO and LLM SEO boom. Leave a comment on this video if you'd like the guide, and my team will email it to you within 5 to 10 minutes. We truly want 1,000 businesses to increase their revenue with LLM SEO using our free resources. Don't sleep on this. The early movers are going to dominate just like they did with SEO back in 2006. Next, you should watch our complete 1-hour AI search SEO crash course to learn more about AI SEO. It goes even deeper into the technical implementation and shows you actual examples of building programmatic pages. I'll see you in that video.